Okay, the recording started. So I will make it in English. Okay. So it's a very small session, 30-minute session. So I am dividing it into two parts. Okay. So in one part, we discuss about the Lagna Sutra, okay, or the rules related to Lagna, which you can include in your future analysis. Okay. That we have not covered it. Okay, these are very simple rules, but now you can add them in your analysis. Okay, and in second part, we will discuss your predictions, which you all have made. Okay, so like we start with Chayaji's predictions. We will discuss that one by one. So if you have any doubts, then you can ask. Okay, so today we'll cover the Chayaji's, or if time allows, then we can pick the next participants. Okay, we start with Aries. Okay, like this, we can cover for every participant's prediction with their reasoning. So you can point out like which reason is incorrect. Okay. Also, with every prediction, I will tell you like in which case this prediction is going to materialize. Okay, so every prediction is not bound to manifest. Huh? So how to identify it and how to identify like okay, this prediction 101% is going to apply in that lagna, then you can predict it directly without any confusion. Okay. So okay, so I will discuss first Lagna Sutra only. Okay, so Lagna Sutra means what? Sutra means formula. In simple language, Sutra have a very uh, bigger meaning to it. But in simple understanding, we can use the word Sutra means just a formula. Okay. Lagna Sutra means the formulas which is applied for the Lagna to decode the result. Okay. So in all classical book, we have seen Rishi is associating some properties or some kind of predictions, and in some books like uh, Bhrigu Sutram, okay, you will also see there are specific age is also given for the number for the houses. Okay, so this age activation and everything we'll also cover this Lagna Sutra. First, we start with very simplest one, like the qualities of Lagna, okay, and the general predictions for Lagna. We'll start with this. So now, uh, there are 15 sutras here. I have identified 15 sutras which we can use. Okay, which you can use to decode the Lagna. Maybe you can extend these rules to 20. Okay, I'm testing 5 more rules. If that is applied, then we include that thing also. Otherwise, right now we have a 15 formula or 15 rules of 15 sutras to decode the Lagna. Out of those 15, you all are using already 4-5 sutras. Okay. So I will recall it. If you want, you can note down these things. Okay. So the first sutra which we have discussed in our book review, Sri Krishna Swami book review, that is a very first and very basic rule to decode the Lagna. That is, we can assign every planet in their respective sign. Okay. And accordingly, we can define some properties, some rules with that planet, and we can associate everything with that Lagna. Agreed? This we already doing. Like for Aries Lagna, we have kept Mars in Lagna. In second house, we kept Venus. And in third house, we kept Mercury. Okay, like this, we are placing the sign rulers in their respective signs, and then we decode the Lagna. This is a very base and first rule. Okay. Second sutra, second formula says, if you want to decode Lagna, then you must have an understanding of principle of motion. Now, what is this principle of motion? Principle of motion means I'm talking about movable, fixed, and dual nature. These are the movement, na? Chara, sthira, and dvisabhav. So every sign have these three motions, three kinds of motions. Okay. Maybe sign may be movable. We call it with Chara Rashi. Second type of motion is fixed. We call it Sthira Rashi. Third kind of motion is Dvisabha. We call it dual motions. Okay. So if you have an understanding of these three kinds of motion, you can add these motion to the properties of sign and you can make predictions. Okay. So maybe in next session, I will cover this principle of motion in more detail. Okay. Already
Sir,
you...
Sandeep ji is waiting to join. He's saying he's asking for permission to join.
हाँ तो आए तो थे, मैंने उनको अलाउ किया था, वो ज्वाइनिंग दिखा रहे थे, तो चले गए। तो उनको बोलिए आ जाएंगे, कोई नहीं, मैं इन कर लूंगा, आए तो फिर ठीक है। सो दिस about this motion we can discuss in more detail maybe in next session, because you have already using these properties in your predictions. Okay, but I can add some more elements to it. So we can learn about this in the next session. The third sutra, third formula is the principle of elements. Okay, principle of element also you already use it. Okay, so in almost every prediction you all are using it. So when I say principle of elements means Agni Tattva, okay, fiery signs. We have earthy signs, Prithvi Tattva. We have Jal Tattva Rashis, watery signs. And we have what? Air signs. Okay, Agni, Prithvi, Vayu, Jal. So we have 4 elements to signs. So you all using it. Okay. But still there is more elements to it. So we can discuss on these factors also. And the fourth sutra, the fourth element, the fourth formula for decoding Lagna is the application of Pap Kartari and Shubh Kartari. This is also you are using. Okay, this is we have already covered in our previous session. Okay, and the next sutra is, fifth one is the Parashari aspects. Okay, now the first rule, first sutra, when we place every planet in the respective signs. Okay, so from those signs, those planets can also aspect. Okay, we are considering this placement of planets as a virtual placement and virtual aspects. Okay, everything will reach to Lagna only. Whatever result you all are decoding, everything will reach to Lagna only. Okay, this is the fifth rule. So these 5 rules you already using. Sixth rule also you have, I think, using like exaltation. The result of exaltation you are mixing levitation. This is the 7th one. Okay. 8th is a Mool Trikon. Mool Trikon also some of you are using it. So these are sutras. These are rules to decode. Okay. So now one more sutra you all can add from your next analysis, that is Shatru Kartari and Mitra Kartari. Okay, so till now you are using Papa and Shubha Kartari, correct? There is a different kind of Kartari also. We call it Shatru and Mitra. Okay. Now what is the difference between this Pap Kartari and Shubha Kartari and Shatru Kartari and Mitra? There's a big difference in it. Okay, so when we say Pap and Shubha Kartari, so we are talking about malefic and benefic. planets. Okay, like Sun, we consider generally as a malefic planet. Okay, Sun is malefic, Mars is malefic, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, all these planets are malefic. So if any house is hemmed between these two planets, we say Papa Karkari. Shubha planets are what? Venus, Moon, Mercury. These are Shubha, correct? So if they are hemmed, if any house is hemmed between these two, we call it Shubha. But there is another parameter, it is a Shatru. Shatru means enemy. If any house is hemmed between two enemy planets, okay, then that will also impact, correct? Okay. There may be enemy planet, there may be a friendly planet. Then what is the difference between this Pap Kartari and Shatru Kartari? Any idea? How will you use it? Okay, so answer is very simple. Again, you need clear understanding here. So when we say Papa Kartari, it means I'm talking about two manufacturers. Okay, let's say for Aries Lagna, okay, 12th house is Jupiter. Okay, 12th house is ruled by Jupiter, and second house we have Venus. So this is a Shubha Kartari. Okay, so the result of Shubha Kartari is associated with this whole sign and the whole house, Aries and the first house. Okay, so the all Karak Tattva, the first house is going to impact by this Shubha Kartari. Okay, now when I say Mitra Kartari, there is a difference. When I say Mitra Kartari, it means friendship and enmity can be taken place between planets, but not with the house. Okay, so Shubha Kartari, Pap Kartari is applied to the house character. Okay, house character and also planets, both. But Shatru Kartari, Mitra Kartari is applied to the planetary character. Clear? Okay, so if any, let's say, any sign is between two enemy planets, it means the Karak Tattva of the planet which is hemmed between these two enemies, na, that will suffer. No, not complete house. Only the Karak Tattva of the planet will suffer. This is the difference between Papa Kartari, Shubh Kartari, and Shatru Kartari, Mitra Kartari. Clear? So next time, whenever you decode this kind of result, so you can use these both. It means I will repeat every sutra till now. First is assigning all planets in their respective signs, and then you define the role and properties of planet to Lagna. Second is principle of motion. Third is principle of elements. Fourth one is Pap Kartari, Shubh Kartari. Fifth is Shatru and Mitra Kartari. Sixth one, Parashari aspect. Seventh, exaltation of planet. Eighth, debilitation. Ninth, Mool Trikona. Okay, so till this point you are already using. Okay, so I am showing you the one more sutra, one more new sutra, which, if possible, you want to use it. Okay, so I can give you example for the Aries Lagna today. So you can think like this for the other. So this is a kind of sutra which can, if you master it, you can add 100 more collections for the one household. Okay, but it will take time. So now you know for Aries Lagna, we have virtual position of Mars in the Aries sign, correct? So now for that Aries, now you know the Mars is placed in the Lagna. Okay, now with respect to Mars and Aries first house, you can calculate every 11 houses. Okay, like for example, fourth house. Fourth house is what? Property and mother. Correct. So now for Aries Lagna, Mars is placed in the 10th house from the 4th. Okay. 10th house from the 4th. And remember, 10th house, Mars placed in the 10th house means we call it directional strength. Big bulb. Okay. So planets will gain some kind of strength in some houses. Okay. So Mars in the 10th house is considered as a directional strength planet. Where Mars will gain strength in the 10th house. So for Aries Lagna, Mars is gaining the directional strength with respect to the 4th house. Are you understanding? So it means that every Karak Tattva denoted by 4th house. Okay. Mars will give you some kind of gain regarding that 4th house matters. Now there are two kinds of view in it. Okay. So till now you have predicted, okay, 4th house means Mars is getting the debilitation in the 4th house. Okay. So you are almost spoiling every Karakatva of 4th house. Okay, so now if you think in terms of directional strength, so this is giving you different opinion. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Sir, are we talking about Mars
Yes,
in
sir.
10th house aspecting 4th house?
See,
Mars
aspecting
is but थोड़ा
Mars
समझ नहीं आया
हाँ,
सर.
नहीं मैंने इसलिए बोला it will take time. Okay.
हाँ.
So I'm not saying that you implement it from today only. Okay.
हाँ जी sir.
So you need to sit with pen and paper.
हाँ जी sir.
And then you have to draw the chart from both angles. Okay, Lagna aspecting 4th house, and now you make the 4th house as a Lagna and see if Mars is getting directional strength. Now, what is the difference between these two? The difference is when planet become debilitated. Okay, it means you are talking with reference to Lagna. It means that is a loss to Lagna. That is loss to Lagna. Okay. Now, when I say Mars is getting directional strength in the Lagna for the Aries people, so I am saying gains related to the 4th house. Now, here I can say, okay, gains related to mother. Here I can say native can be getting some benefits out of landed property and all. Okay, this is also possible, but there's one condition to it. These predictions can be true only if in actual chart, if Mars is placed in Lagna. Okay, then only this prediction can be fulfilled. So like this, whatever predictions you have done till now, okay, that is a base yoga. When I say base yoga, it means that result, that property is already in the Lagna. Okay, but manifestation is only possible in one condition. And what is that condition? That condition I will show you with every prediction. Okay, so this rule which I just told you, okay, this is not about the directional strength and the positional strength. This is about the rotation of horoscope. It means that same Lagna, till now you are predicting only for the native and native. Okay. Now this sutra says you can think of other parameters also. What is the harm in seeing other parameters? Okay, like for Aries Lagna people, that Lagna is a 12 from 12th for the second house. Second house is what? Food. Okay. Now, Aries Lagna people, family actually spends a lot of money, do a lot of expenses, especially for the food. And what kind of food? They are very cautious about the taste. Okay. Taste buds. They spend money for only for these these things. So how are you decoding it? I'm saying Lagna is the 12th for the second house. The same thing I can say Lagna is the 11th for the third house. It means gains for brother. Gains for brother. We can say it now. I'm saying I'm considering same Lagna only, Aries only, but with respect to third house. Now, okay, with respect to fourth house, I'm saying for Aries Lagna people, Mars is having directional strength in the Lagna. Fifth house, from fifth house, Lagna is which house? Ninth house. Okay, ninth house. So add some more prediction to it. Same like you can rotate every year. So you will come up with 10 more predictions additionally. Okay. So there is one more layer to it, but that layer we will discuss in the next time. Okay. But at least first we master this one.
तो मीन्स हमने अब इसमें एस्पेक्ट नहीं लिया ना, जैसे आपने जब वीडियो कराया था उसमें आपने बोला था जैसे एक हाउस लिया उसका फोर्थ एस्पेक्ट है, मंगल का फोर्थ एस्पेक्ट ऑन फोर्थ हाउस, तो जो उसके कारक तत्व हैं फर्स्ट हाउस के एंड द फोर्थ हाउस के, उन दोनों को आपस में मतलब करके प्रेडिक्शन, तो अब वो चीज
नहीं वो भी है ना, वो आपने ऑलरेडी कर दिया। इस वाले में हमने क्या किया, इस वाले में मैंने ये बोला कि फोर्थ हाउस है। अब मैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू फोर्थ हाउस आई एम सेइंग लग्न इज अ 10।
ओके,
जैसे it means profession of mother. It means
so,
for Aries Lagna people, the mother is very energetic and very workaholic. She can do better work as compared to Mars itself.
लेकिन मार्स में मदर का कार्य करते तो नहीं आएगा।
बट फोर्थ तो है ना। नहीं वो बात आपकी सही है कि कारक तत्व तो मंगल प्रॉपर्टी का हो गया, बट हम लोग अभी किसके रिस्पेक्ट में बात कर रहे हैं? मदर, फोर्थ हाउस।
सर अगर एक एग्जांपल लें सर, जैसे थर्ड हाउस सिबलिंग का आपने बोला, तो थर्ड हाउस से गेन का हाउस बन रहा है, तो सिबलिंग कुड गेट गेन्स फ्रॉम द प्रॉपर्टी, लैंड प्रॉपर्टी। मार्स फर्स्ट हाउस में
और फिर तो हम लोग कन्वेंस भी यूज कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, कन्वेंस भी यूज कर सकते हैं। एंड okay, you can differentiate it more final. Okay, gains for the brother. Now I'm saying gains, that is gains for elder brother, younger brother. Okay, but for elder brother side, Saturn is aspecting. Okay, it means the happiness of younger brother is more for the Aries Lagna as compared to elder. Like this. So this rotation of house will take some time. Okay, so first do it for the Lagna, then I will move to the next layer for this. Okay, so if you can master this rotation thing, so this is not restricted for the Lagna only. Same thing we can do for every house, for Aries Lagna. So there are 3 layers to it. First is rotate only Lagna. Okay, then second and third we will discuss.
सर एक बात और, जैसे आपने बोला कि यंगर ब्रदर के लिए हैप्पीनेस है और एल्डर ब्रदर में सैटर्न एस्पेक्ट कर रहा है, तो सैटर्न तो यंगर ब्रदर के लिए भी एस्पेक्ट कर रहा है।
यंगर ब्रदर के लिए एस्पेक्ट कर रहा है कैसे?
क्योंकि वो है तो 11th हाउस में और 10th हाउस में, और वहां से थर्ड तीसरी दृष्टि डाल रहा है लग्न पे, तो गेन्स तो हैं यंगर ब्रदर के, 11th हाउस हो गया लगना, लेकिन सैटर्न का एस्पेक्ट भी तो है वहां पे।
नहीं सैटर्न का एस्पेक्ट अगर थर्ड हाउस में पड़ता है, ठीक है, सैटर्न का एस्पेक्ट अगर थर्ड हाउस में पड़ा तो यंगर ब्रदर को प्रॉब्लम है। बस समझे नहीं। सेकंड, पहले आपने लग्न के बारे में जब हम डिस्कस किया था, हम बोलते हैं कि सैटर्न ने लग्न का एस्पेक्ट किया तो लग्न की चीजें स्पॉइल।
जी
ठीक है।
जी।
अब मैं बात कर रहा हूँ टोटली छोटे भाई के लिए। छोटा भाई कहाँ से देखेंगे हम लोग?
थर्ड
थर्ड हाउस
हाउस।
से। तो जब तक वो थर्ड हाउस स्पॉइल नहीं होगा, है ना?
अच्छा, तो ओनली थर्ड हाउस से ही चेक करेंगे, बाकियों को थोड़ी देर के लिए छोड़ देंगे?
हाँ,
ओके, थैंक यू।
है ना? तो ऐसे ही आपको सारे हाउस को आप लग्न मानो, फिर उसके बाद देखो कि आपका एक्चुअल एरीज साइन जो लग्न है वो कहाँ जाके, उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग उसको चलें। ठीक है। तो थोड़ा ये ऐसा नहीं है, मैंने तो आपको एक विजुलाइज करके मैंने समझा रहा हूँ, बट जब तक आप पेन पेपर लेके नहीं बैठोगे ना, पेपर पे ऐसे ऐसे नहीं मोड़ोगे, तब तक ये नहीं आएगा समझ। ठीक है। तो इसको वैसे, हाँ, इसको आप लेके बैठे हैं, इसके बाद करो, उसके बाद इसको अपने प्रोडक्शन में इम्प्लीमेंट करना स्टार्ट करो। ठीक है। तो आज के लिए इतना बहुत है। अभी 2 हमने रूल ऐड किए, इतना काफी, इतना कर लो प्रैक्टिस। अब इसी का 2 और लेयर है, वो हम लोग बात करेंगे 2-3 दिन के बाद। ठीक है। अब क्विकली एक बार शायद ही का लेते हैं तो उन्होंने भेजा है direction, उसको थोड़ा सा एक बार डिस्कस करते हैं, और उसमें कुछ पॉइंटर्स हैं तो वो हम लोग समझते हैं। ठीक है। तो 5 मिनट बचे हैं, फिर क्लास स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। ना
So this discussion will be uploaded on Thinkific now.
थिंकिफिक पे नहीं करेंगे, मैं जहाँ भी करूँगा आपको दे दूंगा। ठीक है।
Hanji
मिल
sir,
जाएगी।
we need to see this again.
नहीं, मैं दे दूंगा, कोई issue नहीं।
Vinayak sir, can you repeat the first principle that you mentioned? 10th from 4th.
This is not 4th, this is not a first principle, this is I think 7th or 8th. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, इसको मैं वीडियो आपको दे दूंगा, दोबारा देखना, क्योंकि मैं बता
No,
भी
sir,
दूंगा
I
तब भी
just
नहीं
want to
आएगा।
clarify one thing. The
हाँ।
native will gain some landed property from the mother, or mother will gain some landed property
No,
from
no,
the native.
native will gain, ना? Native will gain. Mother will gain something significant in the profession.
Okay.
Why? Because for mother, Lagna is 10th house, na?
Right.
So 10th house is what? Profession. Profession for what? Which relative? Mother.
Right.
ऐसे। ठीक है ना? अभी okay, so we will do Aries predictions. Okay, so a lot of predictions we have received. So Deepti ji compiled everything in single file. So today I am going to discuss predictions submitted by child. Okay, so you start with very first. There are 10, 11 predictions only. So I will cover these first 10 predictions. Okay, so first house is Mars. Ascendant is hemmed between Venus and Mars. Okay, forming a Shukra. Correct. So Mars is having 7th aspect of Venus from 7th house. Okay, Mars is having aspect of Jupiter from 9th house for Aries Lagna. Why? Because if you consider Aries Lagna, okay, then 9th house is ruled by Jupiter. So we are assigning virtually Jupiter in the 9th house, that means aspecting the Lagna. Mars is having aspect of Saturn from 11th house. Okay. So now the first predictions, very basic general predictions for the Aries Lagna is these native will have a strong body as Mars is warrior and commander-in-chief. Correct. Okay, this is a very basic and general predictions for the Aries. Correct. So now the thing is, this prediction can be materialized only if Mars is prominent in the chart for Aries Lagna people. So every Aries Lagna people will not become warrior and commander-in-chief. Okay, this is a basic yoga for the Aries Lagna. It means every Aries Lagna people have this tendency in them. Okay, but that will manifest only if Mars is prominent. Whether Mars is getting some directional strength or Mars is having strength, Mars is exalted, or these kind of features exist in the Aries Lagna, then only those people have these qualities of warrior and commander-in-chief. Those qualities will reflect. Clear? Now this second prediction for the Aries Lagna. Overall life of these Aries Lagna native will be good, as Lagna has the most benefic planet on either side. Okay, now overall life of Aries Lagna people will be more smooth. Okay, more smoother and less struggle. This is a base yoga for Aries Lagna people. But this will manifest again only if Venus and Jupiter are nicely placed in this Lagna. For Aries Lagna people, if Venus and Jupiter are very prominent and if they are placed well, then Aries Lagna people will enjoy their life. Okay, they will achieve whatever they want. They will achieve easily with less effort and less struggle. Now, this particular prediction is based on the position of Jupiter and Venus. Okay. So I'm also giving the exceptions rules for it, because the all exceptions are based on the base of this prediction. Okay. Now the third prediction for the Aries Lagna says, to healthy, these native will have slightly ill health. Okay, not requiring hospitalization because of third aspect of Saturn, planet of disease. Okay, for Aries Lagna, the native will have slightly ill health. Okay, again, this prediction is becoming true only due to Saturn. If Saturn is aspecting Aries Lagna people, then there is a maximum possibility that these people will face repeatedly ill health. But hospitalization is not there. That makes sense. Okay. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say about possible hospitalization?
Hospitalization means for Aries Lagna people, there are very less possibility of hospitalization. Okay, less possibility. It means they will not
Less
go to
possibility?
Yeah, possibility. It means they will not go hospitalized. Okay. But still there is a possibility of minor health issues. Why? Because for Aries Lagna, I think you are not familiar with this principle. Okay, so whenever you want to predict anything for the Lagna, okay, so mentally just think, okay, Aries Lagna. Aries Lagna means 11th house is Aquarius, correct? For Aries Lagna means now 11th Aquarius. For Aquarius, who is the Lord? Saturn. Okay, so just imagine if Saturn is sitting in the Aquarius, it means he will aspect Lagna, 1/3 aspect, correct? Imaginary, virtual. So that is giving you the property of Aries Lagna. It means Aries Lagna people have this tendency to fall ill. Okay, but that is again only possible if Saturn is prominent in the chart. Saturn is aspecting Lagna. Then only. Otherwise, next prediction for Aries Lagna. 11th house represents friends, social circle. Okay. Where Saturn is there for Aries Lagna people. Virtual Saturn. Okay. And aspecting Lagna. So the predictions will be these native will not have many friends. It means for Aries Lagna people are not having much friends. They are not very socialized. Why? Because of the influence of Saturn. Okay, now this prediction can be 100% true if in your birth chart, if Saturn is aspecting Lagna or Saturn aspecting Mars. Okay, then you will have less friends, or else you may have friends, but those friends are very selective.
So older in age.
Older in age also, are very selective also. Like, let's say if I am doing Jyotish, okay, so if my Lagna is Aries, so I will choose only people like Jyotishi only to become my friend, not others. So I am very selective people. They like this. Similarly, this is for the Aries Lagna, selective friends, okay, or not having too many friends. Only possible if Saturn is influencing Lagna. Now the fifth prediction for Aries Lagna is Aries Lagna people, there is a tendency that they will not have a good relation with elder sibling. Okay, Aries Lagna people will not have a good relation with elder sibling. Reason is very simple. Why? Because there is a base yoga that Saturn is influencing Mars for the Aries Lagna. Now Saturn and Mars both are considered as a enemy or not good together. Okay. So that's why this particular Karakatva, this significations is not going good with the Aries Lagna. Okay, this is the base yoga. Now in your chart, if Saturn is aspecting Lagna by from anywhere, maybe it's a third aspect, 10th aspect, or 7th aspect, you will face this problem. You will not have a good relation with your elder sibling. Okay, not every Aries Lagna will show this tendency. Only those people who have aspect of Saturn only, this will manifest. Clear? Now the next prediction. We know 11th house is a house of gains and desire, okay, fulfillment. Now Saturn aspect ascendant from here, so we make native work really hard to achieve them. Okay, so now the prediction for the Aries Lagna is, for Aries Lagna, the achievement of desire, achievement of whatever they want, whatever they aim, achievement is very tough for them. Okay, they have to face a lot of struggle to achieve anything. Now this is a base yoga for Aries Lagna. For every Aries Lagna, achievement is little bit tough. Okay. Now, if you see any Aries Lagna chart and Saturn is aspecting to Lagna from anywhere, if you see this combination, you can directly predict them. Okay, you have to face a lot of struggle. Okay, to achieve fulfillment in your desire. But if Aries Lagna, Saturn is not aspecting Lagna in any chart, then don't do this prediction. Correct? Then don't do. It can be modified. Correct?
But बाधक और उपचय दोनों हो गया.
बाधक और उपचय होगा. इसलिए more struggle, more problem.
तो struggle तो होंगे sir.
Struggle होंगे, but not very. But see, if you do this prediction for the Aries Lagna, they will not accept it because they don't have this feeling for it. Okay, but if Saturn is aspecting, they will also feel it. You just predict, okay, by seeing the Lagna, Saturn is aspecting Lagna for Aries Lagna. You can tell them whatever you do, you have to do a lot of struggle and all. Okay, he will not ask you any other question. Okay, he will accept what he will question. हाँ नहीं आनी.
सर किसी भी लग्ना में like if the Saturn is aspecting the ascendant मतलब वो hurdles आएंगे ना लाइफ में?
No, not for every Lagna. This is I'm saying only for the Aries. For Aries, aspect of Saturn. That's it. Not for all. This is very specific for the Aries Lagna. So I'm saying for Aries Lagna, achievement of desire, achievement of goal is big challenge for them. And this is true for all Aries. Okay, but there is an exception to it. This rule is only applicable if Saturn is aspecting Lagna. Otherwise, this rule is still true, okay, but they will not accept it. So they will not realize it. नहीं वो जिंदगी पर स्ट्रगल करते रहेंगे, बट उनको वो मानेंगे नहीं. Because Mars, Mars have
Sir,
spirit.
मैं बोल रही थी because मेरा Saturn is aspecting the Lagna and I have Virgo Lagna and I have Sun, Mercury and Venus in the ascendant house.
now
first
for
house.
Virgo Lagna predictions will be different. हम वर्गो पे भी आएंगे, ठीक है, तब वो उसमें आपका लगेगा. Okay, so today we are discussing only for the Aries. Okay. So from now onward, every Saturday, okay, you can join 30 minutes earlier if possible. It is not a mandatory session. Okay. I am just giving you the additional knowledge for every Lagna. If possible, you can join us 30 minutes early. Okay. Our actual class will continue maybe in next 5 minutes. I will take more 5 minutes, then we can start our actual class. Okay. So, okay, so I will discuss 2 more predictions, then we can end this session. This fulfillment of desire for Aries will be clear, I think. Okay, so next 7 predictions for the Aries Lagna. These native will be spiritual. They can go to long travels, pilgrimage. Okay, they have a blessings of Jupiter by default. Why? Because for Aries Lagna, Jupiter is virtually placed in the 9th house, aspecting. So every good thing is there for Aries Lagna by default. Again, this is only possible if Jupiter is prominent in the chart. If Jupiter is aspecting Lagna or Mars, then only this result will manifest. Otherwise, every Aries Lagna will not go for the longer journey every time. When Jupiter is aspecting, then yes, they will go multiple tours for the pilgrimage. Yet prediction, they will be educated. Okay, so Aries Lagna people have the yoga for the education, means yoga for the education. Why? Because Jupiter is prominent for the Aries Lagna. This is a very basic prediction, everybody knows. 9th prediction, this native will have beautiful partner, life partner. Okay, why? Because for Aries Lagna, Venus is virtually placed in the 7th house. 7th house is what? 7th house is for partner. Okay, life partner, business partner also. Okay. So if Venus is virtually placed in the 7th house, it means aspecting Lagna, influencing the Lagna virtually. So this property have inbuilt in the Aries Lagna. Okay. Means they have a tendency that they can easily get a good wife, good looking wife. Okay. But if you see any Aries Lagna chart where Venus is afflicted, then this prediction will not go into. So the whole base of getting a good wife for the Aries Lagna is possible only if Venus is in the people, not in every case. Okay. The 10th and the last prediction for today is they will have a good business and trustworthy business partner. Again, the reason is Venus. Okay, trustworthy business partner, good looking business partner. Everything is possible for the Aries Lagna. Condition is Venus should not be affected. Okay, so in these all 10 predictions, you must have realized one thing. The exception, whatever exceptions I'm saying, that exception is coming from the root cause of that yoga. The planet which is responsible to create that yoga. If that planet is only prominent in the chart, then only that yoga will manifest. Otherwise, no. Okay. So next time, whenever you make prediction, you can use these 10 predictions, and this 10 prediction is always applying to the Lagna, Aries Lagna, without fail. But make sure to check these planets also, the exception rules, which I just given. Then you will see you will never fail in the predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
Hmm.
The part that I missed, is that on the tape for
Yes.
the replay?
Yeah. I will provide you the recording.
Thank you.
So you can see in this video which you have missed. So I have given 7 rules. Okay. Those 7 rules you can utilize to decode any lagna. Okay. So students are participating in this assignment. This is not a part of course, okay, but we are doing it. Okay, just to improve our knowledge. Okay, so you can watch this recording. You can make a list of those rules which are given in this video. Okay, and you can make predictions for every lagna. Okay, so in every class, 30 minutes earlier, you can join us. So I will give you 10 predictions for each lagna. So it means for Aries lagna, we have 120 predictions. 120 predictions. Okay, and that is a huge number. Okay, so you can make a list of this 120 predictions. For this, you need to join 30 minutes earlier. Correct? So these 10 predictions are enough for today. So rest of 110 predictions, we can continue in the next week. Okay?
Aya?
Yeah.
Ironically, I
Hmm.
have exactly what we're just talking about.
Okay, you
I-
have a Aries lagna?
Aries Lagna,
Okay.
and I have Saturn that I'm friends with, and I have a good placed Venus, and it's aspecting Mars and the Saturn. Yes,
Saturn. So it
and I
means
have a good placed Jupiter,
Jupiter.
of course.
Yeah, so it means that spirituality angle is good to you, that we can see clearly. You have blessings of Guru. Okay, Paramahansa Nityananda. So you have that blessings. Why? Because of that Jupiter. Okay. So now you have Saturn influence also. So whatever we have done, predictions for the 11th house, like struggle in the achievement of goal. Okay, that is applied in your chart. Okay, now you can overcome it. You have a advantage, like you can bypass this prediction. You can make this prediction false if you want. Okay, because you have a prominent Jupiter. Okay, and the kind of knowledge which you have from your guru. Okay, so he is teaching you about the consciousness. Okay, so if you apply those things practically in your life, okay, so that Saturn will give you good result. Okay, so every prediction which is what we call negative prediction for the Aries Lagna, you can transform it. Okay, so thanks for giving feedback. So I hope everybody can understand the importance of these predictions. These are base predictions. Okay, you don't require much technical knowledge to it. Only simple rules. Exceptions we need to check. That's it. Okay, so let end this session. Small session. So
Thank
we
you
can.
so much, sir.
Thank you.